that particular point in my life, he wasn't in trouble, I was. My life flashed before my eyes. And I could see my children walking down, viewing my body as I laid in a casket. Because I did not use my head, I did not think. You see, time and time again, a lot of people say, well, Ronald, that was dumb, that was stupid. I would never have done anything like that. But we all are human. And God has given each and every one of us equal opportunity to make choices and to make decisions. I made a bad decision that day. When was the last time you made a bad decision? I laid down to fight for my life. I was burned over 40% of my body. I had second degree, third degree, and thermal burns. You know what thermal burns are? Well, thermal burns are burns that you burn from the inside out. I don't know what's going to happen around this day. My whole life was set into a whirlwind that spiraled to an all-time low because I did not think, I did not use my head. I did not say, no, I'm not a qualified electrician. I came to, and as I came to, I could hear the sounds of all of these women that was in there at the sewing machines hollering and screaming and everything. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't see because my face had begun to swell from all of the burns. I could only see as I held my head back through the slits of my eyes. I saw this big man who was leaning down over me. He had this great big old white beard. I'll never forget it. And it was almost Christmas, you know? Heck, I thought it was Santa Claus. And you know something? He was the ugliest person I ever seen in all the days of my life. But he said, I brought him back, y'all. This man saved my life. He saved my life. I couldn't feel anything. But I could smell my own burnt flesh up my nostrils. When all I had to do was to say no. No. All I had to do was to say one of the most simple words in the world is no. Let me tell you something about the word no that I've learned. Research conducted at the University of California in San Francisco showed that the more difficulty you have in saying no, the more likely you are to experience stress, burnout, and sometimes even depression. Saying no is indeed a major challenge for a lot of people, as it was for me that day. No is a powerful word. It's a powerful word that you should never, ever be afraid to use. When it's time to say no, I'm here this morning to tell you, don't use phrases like, I don't think I can, or I'm not certain. Just say no. Now say that with me once. No. Say it like you really mean it.
No.
Saying no to a new commitment will only honor your existing commitment, and it will give you the opportunity to fulfill all of your commitments. And that main commitment is going home at the end of the day. Going home at the end of the day. Ronald Goodrich did not go home at the end of that day. did not use my head. I did not think. I could hear the sounds of a helicopter propellers coming. They picked me up and they took me to a burn unit because they didn't think I was going to make it. I laid in that hospital. Just lying there, not being able to see, not being able to feel. But I could smell my own burnt flesh. And somewhere in my mind, I knew I was messed up. People say, well, Ronald, that was dumb, that was stupid. I would never have done that. But you don't know what you're going to do until you're in that predicament. We all are human and can make mistakes. Do me a favor once. I want everyone in this room to take their hand and hold it up just like this here. Come on, work with me. Hold your hand. And what I want you to do with your hand, I want you to take your hand and put it on your chin. Wait a minute, where's your chin? Where's your chin? If you were telling me this is your chin, you got some pretty messed up looking faces. You all know that this is not your chin, but you know what? You did what you seen me do, not what I instructed you to do. So if you're a manager or supervisor in charge, make sure that when you give instructions, it's clearly understood. And you as a worker, if you don't know, ask somebody. I've seen some people did this. They was covering all bases. Some people was doing this. They was confused. I call that a slider. But 99% of the people in this room this morning did what you seen me do. That is powerful. And that's how people get hurt in the workplace. Don't forget that. Where is your chin? Show me. Okay. And I will guarantee you, if I was to do that 10 times, and you're watching me, you're going to do the same thing that I just did. That's powerful. So, what you just told me is, if you saw me stick my finger in the socket, are you going to do the same thing? And if you're not sure, I encourage you to ask somebody. Let's talk about asking. It may seem counterintuitive to suggest that asking for help is a skill, but it is a skill. It is. It takes a tremendous amount of confidence and humility to admit that you need assistance. I should have stopped that guy that day and said, I'm not an electrician, I need help. But I let the needs of this customer dictate my life. Hold up, let me back up a little bit. Not just my life, but the life of my family. Because not only did I suffer, they suffered also. Asking for help is a critical skill because the last thing a leader wants are their employees to be trucking down the wrong road. The wrong road. All I had to do was say no. And I didn't have the courage to. You see, at the company that I work for now, we have implemented a stop program. We've authorized each and every employee in that company to stop any unsafe accident they see. Stop. This is very powerful. I don't care if you're a secretary in the office. You can stop anything that you deem not to be safe. My message to you this morning, before I get back into my story, this is my message to you. Life is too short. And we have so many things that are competing for our attention. And I'm asking you this morning, each and every one of you, I'm asking you to stay focused and allow nothing and no one take you off the road to success or having a successful day. And that success that I'm talking about is going home in one piece that day. I didn't have that opportunity. I am asking you to be intentional and to do what is going to matter in your life starting today. And that's to go to work and be as safe as you possibly can. Follow all of the rules and regulations. You see, when it comes to safety, most workers do not come to their job qualified. So we must qualify them. We must qualify them by becoming what I call a farmer. How many farmers do we have in here? In Batesville, we don't have any farmers. Okay. Becoming a farmer. And what I'm talking about is, I want you to push the plow, turn the soil, and plant the seeds of successful in each and every one of your employees. Push the plow, turn the soil, and plant the seeds of safety. You see, safety has become a very huge part of my life. Because I had a tragic accident that changed my life. And you see, God has given me a second chance in life. God has given me a second chance of breath to see, to use my hands, to do all of the things that, as I laid on that floor that day, I didn't think I was going to ever be able to do. Plant the seeds of safety. Quit wishing that you had a better past and only be concerned about your future. I believe in building a better workplace through safety. You want to know why? Because safety is not about your vision. It's about your actions and everything that you are willing to do each and every single day to express your commitment to your jobs and your families and bring all of that passion with you to work each and every day. Safety is not something that we just do, but it must be something that we feel, because if you don't feel safe, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to act safe. A great safety culture will encourage their workers to not only think about safety at work, but make it a part of your everyday life. Don't be the guy or the person who goes to work every day. They wear all of the PPE provided for them, but yet they go home and they cut the grass with flip-flops on. No safety glasses, no earplugs. Safety.